So before we begin our workout, we need to make sure we're nice and warm. First thing we're going to do is just mobilise our shoulders, and you can do this with just gentle circles forwards, nice and easy. And we're looking at drawing quite big circles with the elbow going round, just forwards, nice and gentle, keeping the core engaged, the chest lifted. Then we can alternate. So reverse circles next. The idea is just to loosen the shoulders. Once you've loosened the shoulders up a bit, we're then going to swing the arms open and closed. The idea being that we open the chest, use all the muscles in the chest and again across the back through the shoulders. When we do this, if we twist our hands out so the thumbs extend and the little fingers pull back, gives a little bit of a dynamic stretch at the same time. Gets us nice and warm. Now to come up through the lats, swing the arms up and down. Nice and gentle, just to get the blood pumping. Now, we're going to do some star jumps in a second. Before we do that, I'm just going to mobilise the hips. We can do this with just gentle circles through. And the other leg. Nice and easy. Just to open up the hips. Good stuff. To make sure that we're ready and we're warm, a couple of nice gentle squats. Again, dropping as low as you want to. You can use your arms to counterbalance. Making sure we keep the core engaged, the chest lifted. We're trying, if we can, to keep it so the shoulder is in line with the ankle. Easy peasy. Next up is our star jumps. The idea of the star jumps is we want to get our heart rate up. Okay? So, one nice and quick, nice and dynamic. Just 20. So, the first part of this full workout is just 1 to bat at a time in session. So, we've timed 8 rounds, 10 seconds rest with 20 seconds work. If you are using the Gymboss app, I would recommend putting your rest in first so you have a 10-second countdown before the actual beginning of the workout. It then gives you 20 seconds and then a nice ding when you're finished. Put it somewhere you can see, nice and easily. We're going to go through squats into jumping lunges or plyometric lunges, or jumping split squats, depending on what you want to call them. We're then going to isolate the right leg for lunges, then isolate the left. We're then going to go back into our plyometric lunges, isolate the right, isolate the left, and then one final round of plyometric lunges. There will be, for you, alternatives in the corners of the screen. So if you're like, well, I'm not going to be able to do plyometric lunges or jumping split squats, that is fine. We do have the alternatives for you. Are you ready? Starting with the squats. And relax. Up next, jumping split squats. Big step, drop down, fire through. Make sure you isolate the right leg or right foot forward. Make a nice big stance. Core engaged, keep the chest up. We drop down, stand. Notice how we are not allowing the knees to come forwards. Almost there. And relax. Shake them out. Other side. Big step. Off we go. Again, keeping good core. Nice upright body position. Hand position is entirely up to you. Some people prefer hands on the hips. Others hand behind the head. And relax. Another round of jumping lunges, plyometric split squats, whichever you want to call them. Big step. Nice dynamic movement. Again, we're trying to make sure the knees do not pass over the front or the toes, keeping the body nice and upright. And relax. Back to first foot forwards, to my right foot, and off we go. And back, shake them out. Go to the other side. Nice big standing stance. Off we go. And relax, shake it out. There's only one more round now. That's going to be our plyometric lunges, our jumping split squats. Nice big, dynamic movement. Your legs should be waking up now. And relax. Take 90 seconds, catch your breath, and then we'll come back for the second part. Right, hopefully you just had a nice rest. Only a minute and a half, you can go even longer, up to a maximum of 3 minutes. You don't want to rest for too long, otherwise it kind of take away the whole benefit of having this nice quick fire intervals. It is high intensity interval training after all. We're not doing like slow and steady, a little bit of work, long rest, a little bit of work, long rest. So, we've now got 5 rounds on the timer, so all you have to do is just reduce the number of rounds. It's really simple. We're going to do some push-ups, straight into some burpees, some wrestler push-ups. Don't worry if you don't know what they are, if you've never tried them. Again, we have alternatives for you. We're then going to go into a mountain climbers and we're going to finish with some more push-ups. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy as they say. Start your timer off, 10 second count in. Starting with the push-ups. You can choose whichever style you like. Personally, I like the more military style, keeping the elbows nice and close. Always squeezing the core, keeping the glutes tight. Ooh. Should have turned the sound on. Bonus reps. We all like bonus reps. So next one's going to be burpees. Three. And relax. Rest of the push-ups. This is where it gets a little bit interesting. And nice white position. We come down, across, across, back, up, down, across, across, back, up, down, across, across, back, up, down, and up. Good fun. mountain climbers, driving the knees all the way up to the elbows. Keeping the hips down. One more round, last one. Nice and strong push-ups. Two, and done. Again, 90 seconds up to 3 minutes rest. Get yourself some water. Come back for the abs for the last part. Hi guys, hope you had a good break. So this time we've got 8 rounds on the timer. Again, it's the 10 seconds rest. I'm going for that 20-second burn. So we're doing the classic Tabata, but instead of hitting the same exercise, again we're going to split it up. You can see on the side the exercises we're doing. So we've got crunches, side jacks, V-sits, some more, side jackknives, and then starts with the bicycles and then the hollow back to finish. So, got a towel out, enjoying the glorious, glorious sunshine. Gonna start with back crunch. Get yourself ready, and off we go. So again, try and keep the shoulders up off the ground to make it a more enjoyable experience. Three more. And relax. We go on to our first side. Again, find the sweet spot, not on your hips, not too far back. And just work those side jackknives. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. It's only 20 seconds, so you want to be giving it as much as you can. Almost there. Swap sides. And again, exactly the same on the other side. Remember, check out the variations if you find these quite challenging, and most people do to start with. It takes a while to condition to them. V-sits next, always a favourite. Good times. Back into our side jackknives. Onto the first side. Oh. This is my second side. Just means it's going to be more fun, less rest. Good times. Quick change. Enjoy this glorious rest time. You'll find that happy place when you're working, and when it gets hard, just push a little bit harder. Know that it's only a short time, and it'll soon be over. Next, we've got bicycles or cycling sit-ups. So keeping the shoulders up, alternating the legs, lifting the shoulders nice and high. This engages the core the whole time. keeping the lower back flat on the ground. Oh, glorious good times. So this leads us onto the hollow back. So again, keeping that lower back nice and flat. We start in close, extend, lower, and hold. Keeping that lower back flat at all times. Coming in, increasing out, lowering through, and as easy as that. Now, take a second, grab some water, and then we'll start stretching. Okay guys, it's time to stretch. So, first we're going to start at the bottom and work our way up. You can press on a wall if you have one available, making sure that the rear heel is placed down, both feet are pointing forwards. You drive down into the heel, you relax the rear leg, but you allow the hip to come forwards. The more you flex on the inside of the ankle, the greater the stretch will be, down through the calf. You're looking to hold it for around 12 to 15 seconds. You can do longer if you want, but no more than 30. Swap sides. Again, making sure the toes are pointing forwards. You can do this stretch freestanding if you don't have anything available to press on. Support your body weight on the front leg if you need to. Make sure that weight is pushed down into the rear heel. Okay, we're going to move on to the back of the thighs. So you take one leg forwards, you flex at the hip, twist the pelvis back, and we're looking at increasing the angle over the back of the hips. Do not put weight on the straight leg. You can support your weight on the flex leg, the supporting leg if you want, keeping it straight down through the knee. You want to get a full stretch all the way up and through. Again, keeping good core position, we're not flexing it at the spine. And swap sides. And get a nice bit of tension and relax. Moving around onto the front, onto the quadriceps. With the quadriceps you can hold on to something to give yourself more balance if you want to. Ideally you would hold on to the shin. If you have trouble with flexibility, you can take a small towel or even your big towel and you can wrap it round the shin. This will allow you to pull it up. So if you have poor flexibility in the front of the quadriceps, this will allow you to get at least some of a stretch on. And again, find something to give you some support. If you have slightly better flexibility, hold on to the shin or hold on to the foot or ankle, whichever you find most comfortable. If you ever feel any pain in the ankle, then make sure you ease the stretch off. What we want to do is we want to open it at the hips and again down by the knee. So we bring our knee back, we push our hips forward and through, keeping the core engaged in a good upright fashion. Once we've done that, we can then pull the foot nice and close to the glutes. This increases the angle over the knee, but at the same time increase the angle up through the hips. And this is quite often a neglected part, pushing the hips forward and through. Again, try not to fall over. Swap sides. So find that comfortable position. Stand nice and straight. Put the foot in towards the glutes. Push the hips forward and through. And relax. Now, for the next part, we're going to go through the front of the shoulders. We hit them quite hard with all those push-ups. So our hands come to the small of the back. You put your hands any way you find comfortable. You then squeeze the elbows together. Once you've squeezed the elbows together, you can bring the chest up. As you bring the chest up, you should feel the stretch down through the front of the shoulders. Squeeze those elbows, lift that chest. And relax. Up next, through the back. Didn't really hit the back that much, but just to balance, if we're stretching out the front, we need to stretch out the rear. So 8 seconds on both sides. And relax. Again, down the tricep because of all the push-ups. Take one arm up. You keep a gap between your chin and your chest. You don't want to close off your airway. Nice, good upright body position. And again, engage the core. Get that good core body position. You want to open up as much as you can on the inside of the arms. And relax. Now, you're going to go on down to the ground. I'm going to start off with our abs. You have to be extra careful on this one. If you've ever suffered from lower back pain, I would recommend not doing this stretch. All you do is you come down, and to start with, to make it nice and easy, you just come onto your elbows as if you were going to do a plank, but your knees and hips are down. Then instead of worrying too much about twisting and flexing, we're just going to push our tummy down towards the floor. If you don't feel a stretch, you can then turn your chest up. Again, being careful of the lower back. Push the tummy out. You can't feel it, you can look up. Push the tummy out. Always careful to make sure there's no pressure on the lower back. If you feel pressure, then stop. An alternative can be lying on your back, which I'll show you up here. If you can't feel any pressure through the abs, you can extend up onto the arms, and then again, push your tummy down, keep the hips down, and look up, and relax. Coming up for the chest and lats, depending on where you're most tight or most flexible, will depend where you feel it most. Generally, we feel it down for our lats. So hands out in front, we come back, not sitting on the heels, but pulling back, and it's a pulling motion. You grip the floor with your hands and you pull back as you press the weight down through your shoulders. And relax. Now, last one. It's for our glutes. They're going to need a good stretch. And just take one leg up, cross it over the top of the other one. Now, I'm stretching my right leg, supported with my left. My right hand comes through the middle. Under my left comes around the side. From here, I pull both legs in. I can use my right arm to keep the knee down, and then you'll feel it stretch across, in this case, my right glute. And swap sides. So, right leg supports, left arm comes through, so it's opposites. Right comes around the outside. I pull in, press at the same time. And relax. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed your workout. Again, if you want to make it harder, you can do multiple rounds of each of those little sessions. You can focus on just one exercise and hit that exercise for between 6 to 8 rounds, and just do the full Tabata for each one. That in itself is going to be an absolute beast in. Remember, the idea is for each round you give 100%. If you get to the end and you still think, oh, still fresh as a daisy, then you need to work harder, I'm afraid. Oh, look at some of the alternatives that you've seen pop up in the windows. Red is obviously to make it harder. If you see the yellow, it's a little bit easier, okay? So, Don't forget to like and subscribe. All the best with your training, and I'll see you soon.